this short video, I'll be taking you through the SEEN programme research and the data collection that we'll be doing if you take part in the programme. So first of all, let's have a think about our aim. We're hoping to gather the evidence to support the argument that all people should be learning about early brain development whilst they're in school. And so to do this, we're trying to find out a little bit about the feasibility and acceptability of this programme to schools across the UK. So we do this through online questionnaires. We use Qualtrics to do that. And therefore you do require online access or computers to do so. We have one compulsory lesson 3 class quiz. And this is really a plenary activity, a true-false activity. But before the class does this, the teacher is asked to input how many students there are present in the class, as well as a quick vote, so that we can find out the numbers of students in total who have received the lesson. There is also a student individual quiz that is optional. So this is before the lessons are taught, after the lessons are taught, and then we encourage schools to do a follow-up at about 6 to 8 weeks so that we can see how much knowledge has been retained and whether any attitudes have been changed towards young people and their brain development during that time. So I should just point out that with the student individual quizzes, no personal data is collected because as students enter the quiz, they come up with their own personal identifier, which means that the data is completely anonymous to us at SEEN. We're not able to trace any responses back to individuals in a class. We can trace them to the class level, but not to individuals. We also ask staff to complete a post-lesson evaluation questionnaire, and this gives us invaluable information about what teachers are thinking about the content, but also possible next steps and where it might go. And so really, with all of this data collection, what we hope to gather in terms of outputs are the numbers of schools, numbers of teachers and the numbers of students that have been involved in the programme, where they are, their location, which schools and so on. So some basic demographic data in terms of their year groups, so their age, genders, and where, as I mentioned, the location of the school is. We also look at knowledge gain. So we have multiple choice questions before, after, and in the follow-up, if they do the student individual quizzes, that enable us to track how well the students have understood the topic, but also apply their knowledge. So the young people do a babysitting question, we call it, where they have to give ways in which they can help a baby's brain develop through play and explain their answers based on the learning they've done in the lessons. We also get some general feedback on the content and acceptability of the lessons, what young people thought about them and what teachers think about them as well. And so just in order to show you what that looks like, they are, as I mentioned, quizzes using Qualtrics, an online survey platform, and this is what they might look like on a computer or tablet, or the right-hand image there is how they would look on a phone. So they can be done on any of those items via a link or a QR code, scanning a QR code to get through to the relevant questionnaire. And all of these are available on our website and can be displayed in the class for students to access the quizzes. If you have any concerns about the data collection, please do let us know. We can put together data sharing agreements. We can also point you towards our data protection policy and also talk to you about how students can access this. Surveys don't need to be done in class other than that one end of lesson 3 survey, which is a class activity anyway, but the individual student surveys can be set as homework, provided you try and do the one before, one after, and one at follow-up.